If
you're wondering, the puppies are up here, by the way.
Okay, thank you. All right, firing it up. Firing. Gradually decrease the volume. Hey everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live-streamed Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition online role-playing adventures. I'm joined as always by my wonderful friends. Chris, playing Valravn, the Eladrin Bard.
Hello.
I really gotta think. Heather,
Mhm.
playing Frey, the Halfling Barbarian.
Hello.
Rochelle, playing Celeste, the Half-Orc Monk.
Hello.
Raymond, playing Edmund, the Human Artificer, joining us in a bit. And Reese, playing Thimbleweed, the Gnome Ranger.
Hello!
We stream our sessions all live on YouTube every Friday evening. You can watch all of our D&D live series as well as reviews and Let's Plays on my YouTube channel. Read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com and watch my behind-the-scenes No Players Allowed live series, Crafting Icewind Dale, every Thursday. Head on over to our post-session discussion Frostside chat after our show tonight. You can follow me on Twitter at RogueWatson and join our official Discord server with invite link in the description below. If you would like to support the channel, please go to patreon.com/RogueWatson. Shoutouts to new patrons this week, Matt and Smaug. For our campaign, we use Roll20.net. For video chat, we use Discord. And for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Music is by Kevin MacLeod, and our amazing original character art is done by Jimmy McClure. Previously on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Party left Bryn Shander fully rested, sporting their copper 10 Towns Marshals badges. The road to nearby Targos was still fast and safe, and a quick badge flash let them inside the only other walled town in 10 Towns. The party split up, with Celeste and Valravn going to meet with Speaker Maxildenar, who had requested a meeting with, and Thimbleweed, Frey, and Edmund headed to the general store to ask about a previous adventuring party, last seen buying supplies in Targos. The Speaker tried to convince them to help undermine the Speaker of Termalaine, whom he saw as weak and unfit to lead. Valravn played it cool, while Celeste enjoyed her first sip of alcohol. At the general store, the other three spoke to the gregarious store owner, who informed them that a Goliath, a Halfling, and a Tiefling had come into the store buying serious mountain climbing gear. The only mountain big enough to warrant such supplies was Kelvin's Cairn to the northeast. The store owner also overheard them talking about meeting their client, a wizard, in East Haven. With their business concluded, the party traveled east on the path towards Termalaine. The journey took several hours of cold, dark, and general uneasiness. Towards the end, a wolf with strange glowing blue eyes approached and spoke to them, asking about who they were, what they were doing, finally demanding information about a wizard. The party was friendly, but the wolf didn't seem to care, attacking the travelers with a pack. After an initial volley of fangs and an unsettling frost breath, the party struck back hard, sending the last surviving wolf fleeing into the night. In its dying breath, the talking wolf cried out to warn Ravison. The party made it to Termalaine and checked in with the Speaker. Valravn warned him of Speaker Maxildenar's potential schemes, while the Speaker told them where the mine was. The party headed into the nearby mountain and into the mine, past a sign that read Kobolds Only. In the darkness, they crawled through winding tunnels, stumbling into several crude traps, including a nasty pit trap that nearly downed Thimbleweed. In a processing room, the party found a large group of giant rats nibbling on a dead body. Just as Thimbleweed rounded the corner, Frey threw down Edmund's magic light stone in the middle of the rats and leapt down in the middle of them. I believe we are going to be firing off with some initiative after I switch our maps over.
Yeah. By the way, how are you, Thimbleweed?
Emotionally.
Emotionally.
You know, 50-50.
Okay.
More or less.
More or less.
So. Any hit, down me.
That's what I thought. Damn fast rats.
Yeah. Again, the DM rolls. Not too shabby on the initiative. I'll need to pull up Raymond's. His name, Edmund. Oh, there you are. And initiative. Excellent. He got slow. Alright, so yeah, I believe, Frey, if you want to go ahead and jump down there since you kind of kicked this thing off.
Mm-hmm.
Although, it looks like, wow, the rats beat everybody.
Yep.
So once again, this is kind of a repeat of the goblin fight where you run up and then immediately the enemy all gets to act and come at you.
Yeah, I'm standing on the table, by the way. That's what I did jump on, was the table.
Okay. These appear to be pretty low tables, and these appear to be pretty large rats of unusual sizes.
I'm by me.
It's combat music going.
I don't know, can we?
Yeah. Yeah, so these rats, seeing this halfling drop down, begin to...
Well, I mean, really, they saw a little shiny glass orb come down and land in the middle,
Ding, ding, ding.
and then they
Shining
just heard
light.
a ka-thunk, and then they just turn and look and just see this crazy little halfling right there. Big old smile on her face.
Yep. They will
Got her come at me, bro, going.
gleefully swarm all over you.
I can try. Only like 2 or 3 of them are gonna be able to hit me.
Rats. So one's already there. 3, 4. One of them is actually going to come out and notice that there's other people over here too, and it will go ahead and run at Thimbleweed there as well.
Why me? What did I do?
Hang on a minute. Did it enter this square right there?
It did.
That means I can attack it with opportunity.
That's true. If you want to use your reaction,
I will use my reaction.
Save me.
as it runs past.
Oops, I don't know why that rolled with advantage, but
11's
11.
not quite good enough. Yeah, you're still kind of settling yourself as you
what I roll?
get onto that.
I rolled a 6. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have to always remember my lucky, so.
So we're gonna have 3 of them attack you, Frey. One of them is still kind of back there, crowded by the other rats. Seems intent on this body. However, they all have pack tactics.
Okay.
All gonna get advantage on their attacks. Number 1 is gonna attempt to bite at you.
Alright, that hits. Whatevs.
Pierces in. Number 3, chittering. Oh boy, these rats are thirsty.
Okay.
3, 16.
That one also hit?
All right. For 4.
Okay.
And then the one that made it back to Thimbleweed does not have advantage. Will attempt to bite Thimbleweed, and does anyway. Just comes at you viciously from around the corner. Thimbleweed, this fucking rat.
There it is.
For 4 piercing damage.
All right.
And this rat is probably close to your size. Being and same with Frey. Like they're.
I mean, they're small?
Yes, they are indeed small.
Stare him right in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Just man to man.
Yeah, and you hear their chittering, their horrible squealing noise just bouncing, echoing off these cavern walls. And then Frey, it is you.
Okay. Now this is when I wish I had multi-attack, but I don't. So. But, I mean.
In every other RPG, the barbarian always has a classic like whirlwind move and something.
Exactly.
You can do.
Some kind of like super slash move. I'm assuming that comes at level 3. Oh,
Sure.
how big do we think this this dungeon is, folks?
Rat
Really?
sized.
I only have 2 rages, and I'm determining if I need to use one or not.
Well, from Thimbleweed's perspective, he's almost dead, so you know.
All right,
Did you rage during the wolf fight?
I did.
That was 1 rage.
My character sheet says I have 2, but I take 1 off every time. I hit the button. It takes it off. All right, so I have 1 rage left.
They don't come back in a short rest, do they?
That's a good question.
Nope, long rest.
Long rest.
Okay.
When we get to
Yeah.
that point, I have new macros. Shout out to Bully on Discord for walking my ass through like IT and helping me figure out all these cool macros that I've loaded up,
Oh.
which you've probably seen in the chat log if you come here and scroll up.
That's
but
what you were doing there. Okay.
yeah, I was testing a bunch of macro stuff. I don't know if all of them work exactly, but I know there is now a button for short resting and long resting, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
So we'll go with number 4. I'm not gonna rage right now.
Okay.
Uh,
Saving the rage, huh?
Thimbleweed is raging in your stead.
I will recklessly attack though.
Ooh.
Ooh.
They already have
Well, I mean,
advantage
they already
anyway
have
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So-
That's
Yeah, I
that's
will.
a good point.
I will recklessly attack, so that gives me advantage too.
That's a good point.
So, wait, whoops, I forget. I have
Leveling
to
this
this button.
insanely unfair playing field the DM has laid out for us.
Yes.
I love a character that's gonna jump in the middle of the action and then the DM rolls like the best initiative. This is working out very nicely for me.
All right, 19 for 11 damage.
Which one are you targeting?
Number 4.
All right, how would you like to fucking destroy the shit out of that rat?
She chops its head off and then turns to the other ones and say, "Come on!"
Yeah, you murder the crap out of that one.
And sadly, I still only have 1 attack. So,
That was a good one though. Mr. Weed.
What
First name
is
Thimble.
We call you Mr. Weed.
No.
DW? Come here.
TW. T-dubs.
No, never. That's my dad.
That's a hard no. Just
What's
see where the line's at.
What's our game's rule on switching weapons from range to melee?
I don't think we ever usually care.
All right, short sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If people were really trying to be crazy about it, then maybe we'd have to come up with some thing for it. But otherwise, like, even a lot of the RPGs, like, you can have different weapons. What do they call them? Sets where you can swap between them like
Yeah,
instantly,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's usually how I'm fine. If people were trying to do like 4 different setups, then I might be like, all right, fuck you, get
I
some
don't know.
weapons.
Kalinar had like 3 or 4.
Did you?
He had,
Like, here's my sledgehammer, here's my sword,
I
here's
remember at
my
one point you were asking me, like, where is he carrying all these weapons?
Because we don't give a shit on encumbrance, yeah. But yes, you can pull out whatever you want.
I'm gonna pull out my short sword of rat slaying, hopefully.
Ooh. Was in the rat.
Oh no!
No.
It's a short sort of rat friendship. As it turns out.
Rat friendship.
It's all the weed.
It's the snatch thing. It zooms in on the sword, and that's what it says right along here.
That. I was picturing like a Looney Tunes thing where it's just like a tongue that comes out and like licks the rat friendly. That's the wrong sword. Yeah, you're pretty scared about this rat that just came charging around the corner.
Save me!
Giant though it is.
It's all the weed, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my turn, and unfortunately, Celeste has been called upon baby duty.
Oh.
So
Maybe
I
she
don't know.
will save you.
Maybe-
Oh, you don't have
knows?
access to your. Did you have access to her sheet though? Let's see what.
Oh, I hear footsteps.
Ah.
If we wait.
We need
Seconds.
you to kill this.
Oh, I see shadows.
been summoned.
This is Celeste waffling in the back. Like, what do
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't have access to her character sheet.
We could hold
Yes,
for right now. Try to
let's
delay.
hold.
Delay. Raymond's not here, so we're gonna hold him as well. We're gonna try to go to Valravn.
Oh no!
Take a long turn, sir.
Don't.
Can I give like a full speech?
You're gonna have
Yes.
to.
5. Move about. This is as far as he's comfortable going. He can't see anyone but Frey, unfortunately, so he cannot help you, and he's not going anywhere any closer to those rats.
Yeah, well,
I'd
you
rather
are
not anyway.
you're on an elevated position where you are, so you're that little ridge
I'm
right
looking
here.
down?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're looking down.
Okay. All right.
You just hear her yelling at the rats. Cut it!
Okay. Though the diminutive barbarian was surrounded by rodent enemies.
I offered
She-
no help.
No help.
I turned tail and ran.
Her great slice against the rat that was clearly the leader inspired in her the will to excel in this combat. And Frey will get a bardic inspiration.
Hey.
Author's notes. The rat was clearly the leader because if any mortal eyes were to settle on the remaining rats, they would see that their feeble, poor frames and matted, dour hair were not fit for leadership. And it's going to vicious mockery number 1.
It's a 1 because the rats can't understand you.
They can't understand it, so they don't. Yep. You're still gonna make the roll though.
Which
honestly,
one were you?
I'm not sure White rolled. Number 1. It's the one closest to me. Once again, this is just mockery. He takes 1 damage, but the important thing is he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay. Sufficiently disadvantaged. I'll put a sad face.
Yeah.
It's like sleepy face, but.
All right.
All right. One of the rats, his hackles go down a little bit. It
That's
looks
right.
droopy and upset. Rochelle's back, so we're gonna go back up to Celeste. You saw a giant rat almost murder Thimbleweed, and then Thimbleweed.
You must save me from the rats.
Yes.
And you are muted.
I cannot hear you.
I cannot hear you. Some spell must have
Wow.
overtaken your voice box.
The comedic timing is less great then. So. Okay. So, all right. So,
Stepped onto the rats.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
wait.
That's too far.
oh, wait, but the rat I just stepped on is dead, right?
There's a dead one
No,
underneath
there's
it.
a dead one underneath it.
There's a dead one underneath it?
Mhm.
It absorbed its corpse and became
Oh.
super rats.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, so Thimbleweed right here is you were about to die. Is that what's happening?
I am more or less in the throes of death, yes.
Yeah, I can barely see. There's like I can barely see. So I assume there's a rat right here, right? I can just see like the little number. But there's also a rat here.
Would it help if I
just-
got rid of the body underneath?
Probably.
Because I
You're
can
making
just
it
see that
confusing,
there's
dear.
The number 5 here, and then I see.
Does that help?
Yes, because now
Okay.
it's in a different place. But yes, that helps.
All right. You guys already knew there was a body there, so I'm gonna get rid of that body token.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Okay. I will very bravely muster all of my courage and strength to whack this rat with my mop.
Mop of rat slaying.
Is that what it says?
Oh man, Chris, the chat has a bunch of better
I
clips
saw
for
them.
you.
Yeah, I feel like yeah.
They're all your choir.
Say 16.
That's right.
16
go.
will hit a giant rat. Celeste, how would you like to destroy this rodent of unusual size?
Ooh, I would just like to bash it in the head and crush its skull. You know, the normal things.
Just.
How I kill rats at home.
By cornering them and then bashing their skull.
There's a rat in the house. I've got it.
Hey, we don't have rats in our home. Don't people think that?
Every day.
Actually, we did
What?
in our last
What does that
house.
matter?
No.
We actually did have rats in our last house.
Everybody, Rochelle
I
wakes
didn't-
me up, hands in the hammer. Reese, you gotta go bash those rats again.
No, this is all her. She bashes the rats.
Oh,
That was her voice. When she gets into rat bashing mode, her voice becomes deeper than mine.
Rat bashing mode.
And yes, we had the one rat in our old house.
And I wouldn't let Owen sleep in his own room. I was like, he needs to sleep in our room because it might get him.
the rats
It might come through the ceiling. Okay.
they visit at night.
All right.
And I think I remember y'all telling us about that too.
Yeah.
I thought it was a possum. Okay,
Right.
it sounded really
Ooh.
big in the attic, and it turns out it was just a rat. Okay. Then I'm gonna come forward. So can I go here? This isn't like a body under a rat, right?
That is a deceased rat that Frey has killed.
Okay. I'm gonna bash number 3.
That is also a hit. Is this a... How do you attacking twice?
It's
Might not know all the
My
monk stuff.
furry. My flurry.
My
of-
furry
Oh.
of blows.
flurry. Oh wait, but it's supposed to be it's my
Unarmed
Flurry of
attack
blows,
is the
right?
second one.
my unarmed attack.
Oh, this is the bonus action.
When you wait, hold on. But there's also the
Mhm.
martial arts thing. When you it's supposed to be an unarmed strike. So hold on. This is what it should be.
Gotcha. Did you just randomly roll the exact same
Even
attack?
better, yeah,
That's
and then better
hilarious.
damage on her.
Are we targeting number 1 or number 3?
Number 3.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Which one's more damage?
Number 1 looks sad. After it was viciously mocked. By
I'll
Valra.
attack.
Its
number-
leadership skills were called into question.
Oh, I just realized though. Okay, wait. So if I run away, because I have with my mobile feat, anything I melee attack doesn't get an attack of opportunity, but both 1 and 3 could potentially attack me if I ran away, right? Like if I tried to
Oh,
move-
it's only that one that you attacked can't do attack on you?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I'll attack number 1
Okay.
then, and I'll just stay here. 'Cause
That
then I
was...
think number 3 would.
You come up and punch that rat across the jaw, and it's feeling so sad that it just crumples to the ground in death.
Yeah. Good.
It like hands you the gun. Just put it up to my head, please. Do it.
Do it!
Be out of my misery.
Then you just punch the gun into his skull.
Edmund is unfortunately probably one of the more complicated characters. But let's have him cast a cantrip, maybe? The Magic Stone? I think.
Sounds great.
That sound good? Okay.
Yep. I love it.
13 does hit a rat for 4
Nice.
damage to this rat
Perfect.
down here. Good job, Edmund. The rats screaming and squealing. You notice several regular-sized rats coming out of the walls around you. The good news is they are regular size. The bad news is they begin to swarm into a swarm of rats.
They become a
works.
transformer rat?
Yeah.
A gestalt rat form. And they begin swarming, let's say, here.
Plus, whenever you, like, killed that rat, like, Freya was just all excited and things like that. So she's trying to, like, pump you up to be super happy about what you did.
Look at these initiative rolls. Oh, Garrick, that's
Hey,
really
how does
good.
this swarm
Thanks.
appear?
From around in these little crevices within the caves, these rats just come pouring in as these giant ones begin crying out.
Oh, sounds like our old house.
Somebody should really plug those fucking holes up.
We have an exterminator for that.
Wow, I rolled a 20 and they're still going third in this initiative order. That takes us back to the top. We've got 2 giant rats left.
Freya's still just yelling at them.
Yeah, we're gonna have one go
Like-
after.
Cray yelling at them.
One go after Frey. And even with its pack tactics, it's not gonna find. It's scared now. It's getting a little frightened. And then against Celeste. 19. I believe we'll hit the monk.
It will.
5 piercing damage. That rodent gets around your arm or leg. Scree! Frey.
Woo! Just does, like, wonderful little battle cry at number 2. Just, ah! Why am I doing? Why is it keep going to advantage? Oh, because I'm.
You have advantage though.
Yeah, I'm attacking recklessly. So 13.
13 does hit. You feel like your recklessness helped give you the edge.
For 10.
And you also slaughter into this rat.
It's just like one of those, like, frenzied, like,
Hacking away, blood spurting up everywhere. Celeste, it's getting real nasty up here. You went next to the very messy barbarian. The swarm.
disbands whenever they watch that shit and they're like, oh, hell no.
Oh no. We made a terrible choice. The swarm will attempt to swarm all over Celeste. As it literally, like, moves into your space and just, like, runs up legs and things. Wow. Fights.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Wow!
no,
I rolled super max damage. Complete max damage for the swarm.
They're in every orifice with that.
It's just rats everywhere. Rats for
This
days.
is that Game of Thrones scene with the bucket and the rat in the inside of it. Yeah.
Awful.
So this is down?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Are you really? Oh my gosh.
12 piercing
Yeah.
damage? I just took 5.
Yeah, yeah.
4.
17
Jeez.
is certainly.
Oh wait,
yeah.
don't I have? Do I have a?
Oh, you
thing
got your
for
relentless
that?
endurance though, right?
I have a thing, right? Yeah. Okay, hold on. I can drop to 1 hit point instead. All right. I'm
Nice.
relentlessly enduring.
Relentlessly enduring. Our first down state of the campaign, session 3. Or no, technically not down stakes. You got relentless
Yeah.
endurance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Technically not.
Oof. That is a nasty swarm. Almost. I got a 19 on the attack roll too. Think about how fucking awful that'd be with a crit.
Yes.
So you just instantly go to 1? Is that how it works instead of 0?
Go to 1.
Okay.
Yep, and I can't use this again until I finish a long rest.
All right, Thimbleweed.
Thank you for avenging me. Now I'll avenge you, and your death shall be known throughout the cave of rats.
Rat cave
Look no farther.
No farther. Alright, I'll attack the rat swarm. This time I'll use my short bow of rat death. Oof.
That is a good enough hit to hit a good. What am I trying to say? Yes,
don't
you can
know.
hit a rat. Are you aiming for the swarms or the giant rat beyond?
The swarms.
All right. Yes, you can hit the swarms. It's obviously hard to, especially with a bow, like, it's probably just piercing if you're lucky, a couple
rat.
rats, yeah.
Yeah. A skewer going.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the skewer.
Once, hold up.
Oh.
Hold up.
Holding.
Let's see. Alright, once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals piercing damage, you can re-roll one of the attack's damage dice and must use a new roll.
Gotta be better than that.
Damn it!
Or maybe it doesn't, actually.
Alright, it's 5 damage.
Alright. You note that it's hard to kill, or hard to target too many rats with these attacks.
Alright,
But
and also,
yes.
I have a mystical bond with nature to mark the target as my favorite enemy for 1 minute.
I hate rats so much.
Yep.
Much. Alright. Rats are my favorite foe now.
Alright, what does that do?
On my next turn, I do an extra 1d4 damage.
Okay. Can you keep track of that, or should I mark these rats in some way?
So the first time I hit the favorite enemy, deal damage to it. Oh, including when I mark it. Oh, I could have done it right then.
Okay, you can do it. That's fine.
Okay. I do an extra 1d4 damage.
Go for it.
So is that just a single favorite enemy then?
I think it's all of them.
Or just all rats?
All rats that ever were and ever will be.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the Tasha's Ranger thing.
Yeah, I'll look it up more
yeah.
during this turn. But yeah, I'll do an extra 1d4 damage this round.
Maybe somebody in the
For
chat.
4!
There you go.
Nice.
Your hatred is greater. Well, actually about the same, but... Alright, Celeste.
Bob's for everyone!
Oh boy. This is not a great position for Celeste.
Surrounded by rats?
Yeah, it's not awesome. Okay, wait. So how has
To be fair, she's covered in a little bit of blood too.
Yeah, it's bad all around. Has number 3 been hit at all?
You don't see any injuries on that particular giant rat. The last one alive, looks like.
Cool.
It says
cool.
target, so I'm guessing just the swarm of rats. Is my
Okay,
favorite
specifically your favorate foe. All of those rats in that one space are my favorite foe.
I hate them all!
It's a collective.
Okay, I got this. So I am going to, in a sort of panicked state, just kind of like, just swipe at the giant rat number 3 and just like, and then run away, which I'll explain how I'm going to do without an attack of opportunity in a second. All right. So that's for number 3.
Hey. Gonna hit.
For 4 damage.
Alright, that is not going to kill that rat, but you do clock it across
really?
the snout. Yeah.
And then I'm going to run away. So I'm going to spend a key point to use Step of the Wind. All right, so because of my mobile feat, number 3 cannot attack me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend a key point as a bonus action. That's the wrong thing. Sorry. This still wrong. This one. Okay.
You getting there?
Still learning my character sheet.
You're explaining
right.
things, just dumping all of your papers across my desk. It's in here somewhere, I promise.
Okay. So I can
It's all stored in like
disengage.
the mop bristles.
Yes.
It's in here somewhere.
So I can disengage
Yes.
and run
And your
away
jump distance is doubled, apparently.
and hide. Yes, and then I jump very high
Oh!
just because I can.
Did you? Okay. Did you run? You ran deeper into the
Oh
dungeon.
no!
Oh no, indeed.
Well, she couldn't like run past the other way because there was a swarm of rats there.
True that. However, as you are running through this hallway, first of all, you recall that this area was filthy with traps. So as you run through this hallway, carefully looking back to making sure you're disengaging from the rats, your foot snaps into a taut wire on the ground, and you look up in time to see a wooden beam splinter apart and dozens of large rocks come tumbling down. I'm gonna need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Now I'm gonna. That's a 15.
15.
Well, the good news is you take half that damage. The bad news is I think that's gonna down you.
Just one solid rock right to the
So you
forehead.
see Celeste very strategically,
That was
escape.
a good story arc for Celeste. She came. She tried.
An artist.
Yeah, welcome to the game, Raymond. We're all looking at a TPK at this point.
Yeah, from rats.
You guys see Celeste run into the darkened tunnel. All of a sudden, this just horrible collapsing sound. And what do you give, like a squeak of surprise or a yell or anything?
Here's a squeak. I like that.
There's a squeak, a little yelp, and then just you see rocks come tumbling. Not like it's gonna block the tunnel or anything, but just a couple large rocks come flying down at her.
We just assume it's more rats.
Yeah, more rats. So that is our first downed PC of the campaign so far. Then we go to Edmund. Raymond, by the way, welcome.
Hello.
This is
And welcome.
This is round 2 of the Rat Bash. In round 1, you threw a magic stone cantrip and killed one of the rats, and then you've pretty much seen everything else, I think.
Planning to do that again. So I'm going to take number 2 stone and just throw it at rat number 1.
Okay, the swarm.
Ah, it's not the right button. There you go. Really?
Ooh, a 9, huh?
No.
You know, when I did it, I did a lot better. Just saying.
Maybe you can play my character. I don't have any bardic inspiration or anything, right?
No, I do.
All right. Inspiration. I'm using it.
Ah, regular
Magic
inspiration.
stone. So this is still stone number 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I only did the 1, yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a crit.
Good use of inspiration.
Yes,
Yes, it
indeed.
was.
13 damage to rat number 1.
Wow.
The stone explodes as it hits him.
Okay.
Shrapnel stone.
Yeah.
It's still alive?
It is. Your stone, even though it's magical, is still doing bludgeoning damage, and when you crash into them, like several, I mean, it's a swarm of rats, so you're killing a lot of the rats, but the swarm still exists. However, you think you have taken out more than half of the rats in the swarm at this point, between the various attacks all of you have done.
Man, my rogue could have killed them with a crit.
I don't know, level 2 rogue, you're only doing like the 1d6, but yeah, it probably would help.
That's the end of my turn.
Alright, Valravn. You probably had the best vantage point of seeing Austin. Well, I can't. Let's see, what did you see?
Saw her
you
run
saw
down.
you saw Celeste run down. You definitely, from your point, it probably happened like right here at the edge of your vision.
Yeah.
Where you
Right,
saw. In
but I
fact,
saw her
I'm gonna
run
stop her
down the-
right
the-
here. Yeah.
Run down the hallway, and then just a cloud of rocks.
Yes,
just
a
comes
cloud of
flying
rocks.
out.
She made a noise, and in fact, you could probably even still see her body in the right at the edge of your vision.
Okay. Well, our oven doesn't want to get in the middle of rats, but the story calls for it. So he is going to move a little closer. He's going to move here.
This is
Just
your heroic
Run
moment.
through the rats.
Are you
As
gently
he-
sliding down the ridge and running past? Or are you doing any kind of cool like hero maneuvers?
Probably stumbling, like just like on hands and feet, just sort of like awkwardly going down a slope sort of thing.
Yeah.
He's not, these athletic endeavors are not his forte.
Mm-hmm.
And he will try to gingerly. He's like almost like on tippy toes as he goes past this swarm of rats. Just like he doesn't want to get too close to him.
Yeah.
And he moves to the other side, And he looks down at Celeste, and he begins writing, and he says, Celeste, the slayer of rats, who, in a moment of triumph, attempted to reposition herself to better aid in the fight, was felled by one of the dastardly traps in this foul mine, and yet, as her dazed form lay on the ground, her eyes blinked, opened, dust flew up, and she rose from the ground.
Eyes from your cave.
That's right. And she will get 8 HP.
Wow, that was a good healing word.
That was a good healing word.
Max healing word.
Like half my hit points.
And I think I've got it set up where it might automatically deduct your spell slots. You have to
says
double...
it did.
Yeah.
It says spell slot level 1 of 3 remaining.
Yeah. And then when you rest, it should replenish them as well.
Okay.
No.
So
Yeah, you're gonna keep track of our spell slots. Oh no.
We're being micromanaged.
Celeste, as you come to, I do need you to make a con saving throw to see if you suffer from a lingering injury, however.
Oof.
You do suffer from a lingering injury.
Hold on, I have inspiration.
Oh. Good use of inspiration.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Do you have any bardic inspiration?
Okay, so I actually had it checked at the beginning of my thing. Like, I had a slot in the character sheet, but I'm not sure if
Oh.
I kept that up to date.
You know what? I gave it to you.
I have no... You gave it to me at some point, but I have no idea if it...
It's probably during the wolf fight.
Yeah, but we took a short rest between. I think it lasts.
Well, that's like 10
or
minutes.
That's fair.
yeah.
It's
I
10
felt,
minutes,
I felt
yeah.
like it probably
I'll give it to you.
Okay, great.
Shut up.
Okay.
We'll allow it.
Can Reese DM the next campaign? 'Cause I like his style.
You know what? No, I don't give it
Once
to you.
he gets in this chair, it changes you forever. It is straight up dark side.
You're dead now.
You're dead now.
Forever.
And then it doesn't matter if he goes back to being a player, because then it's still he's on the wrong team because he's
it's-
helping out the DM.
So can you see the massive damage table in the macro section? Or sorry, not massive damage. What am I thinking of? Lingering injury. Did Eric make a lingering injury table?
You did not.
I don't
No,
see
no.
one.
I might
Did
not
Eric
have.
do that?
Did he do
I
that?
will instead take a 10 GP gem.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I
He
don't think
didn't
so.
do the work that he was supposed to do. You get a gem for a reward on
There's too
that.
many
Rise
tables.
from your grave with a
There's,
gem.
there's too many tables. All right, you get to give me.
Don't do what DM Eric didn't do.
Roll me a 1d20, please. It's still on the thing. I'll post it in the.
Oh,
Whoops.
geez.
The swarm of
Jesus.
rats tell you all the things that happen.
We know all.
Number 2, you have a crippled limb. You can choose between your arm or your leg.
Ooh.
That's great for a monk.
That's real bad.
Yeah.
Arm, you can't wield your mop two-handed if you injure your arm. Disadvantage to some strength saving throws. Leg, your speed is halved. You can't take the dash action. You have disadvantage to most dex ability checks and saving throws.
Eesh.
Yeah.
I would just roll in your character.
Say it again.
But hey, it's your
Yeah.
choice. Arm or leg.
Arm or leg.
I can't hear you. If
Arm or
leg.
I'm going arm.
Arm.
I said arm.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I
guess no one
heard you.
me. There was a weird silence, and I was like, "Am I supposed to do
I didn't know, I
something
didn't
else? Oh no!
I,
Oh no!
I heard you from
Do I roll?
upstairs.
All
but I didn't
right.
hear
Yeah.
you.
The rocks have
That
injured your
happens
arm.
with you two quite a bit. I hear from downstairs. I hear him doing the voice, and so I just hear like, "Murder, murder." It doesn't come through Discord.
I hear it too with Eric. I can hear it too. It's whenever he's doing some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I choose arm.
I choose arm. Okay.
I
All right.
choose you, arm,
So
go.
It's just hanging limp and out. All right, that was Valravan's turn, I believe.
Yes, but he's going to end his turn by turning to the rat next to him and looking it dead in the eye and saying, though
That was a bonus action.
Monks, am I right?
the most though the most handsome elf the rat had ever seen came within biting distance, the rat knew he could not bite
Presumptuous of you.
such a being so superior to him, for its teeth were dull and yellow. And he's going to viciously mock the rat.
Oh man, my brain went. I thought he said handsome rat. Like, that's weird.
That's a weird
So
thing
ready
to
to
say.
say they're a rat?
That's a weird thing. This is the giant rat.
Yep.
That giant rat is sufficiently viciously mocked.
All right. 1 damage.
So sad.
That is Valravan's turn.
Okay. Back at the top, the giant rat no longer has pack tactics, and it is now saddened, but it will very sadly attempt to bite you, Valravan, since it is very upset at you viciously mocking. I don't think it understands. With disadvantage. How does a
God damn it.
15 with
God
disadvantage sound? It's gonna get its sweet rat vengeance upon you.
Yeah, it is. Teeth were not dull and yellow.
No, they were
Sharp and yellow.
sharp and yellow.
All right, 4
piercing
damage.
All right,
He
Frey.
appreciates you noticing how yellow his teeth are.
Yeah, he worked hard on his yellow teeth.
He drank lots of coffee.
Flashback to that giant rat this morning, like just flossing its chompers. Gonna eat me an elf tonight.
Can I stand here?
Yes.
Okay, there I can get an attack of opportunity on me if it wants.
It will. Does it still have disadvantage, Chris? How does that work?
It's the
For the end of it, your turn?
On the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. So it already made an attack roll. If
Oh,
this
so-
was the first attack roll it made, then yes, it would have disadvantage. But
So it's over after it already attacked?
it only gets 1 attack with disadvantage. Yeah.
Gotcha. Jeez.
Okay.
Fucking rat is pissed off, Frey.
Stupid rat. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, so with advantage on the swarm.
There you go.
Yeah, it's certainly hitting a swarm.
Smash that rat.
Yeah. Frey, you scatter enough of these rats where there's just a few. It basically is downgraded from swarm to just a few rats like skittering about, and they appear to start just skittering back in all directions.
She's stamping
Tropical
her
rats.
foot. Like, she is stomping her foot trying to squish them as
Okay.
they're like running in different directions. To everyone else, it looks like she's dancing, but she is literally just trying to squish them.
Just blood bursting up.
She'll get a couple here and there. You'll just hear.
This, you see this puffs of red mist everywhere.
Smash, smash, smash.
This is like when I worked at the winery.
Frey, you can have a point of inspiration for that bout of violence. As you smash all these poor little rats. Alright, the swarm is deceased, so we go to Thimbleweed. There's only 1 giant rat remaining.
All right, then one giant rat he shall aim at with his 1 giant short bow.
Oh, Thimbleweed. That
Oh,
arrow
Thimbleweed.
sailing wide. Sinks into Celeste's other arm. Celeste.
This arrow had a rat tooth for an arrowhead for some reason.
Okay. Celeste will slowly inch forward
Pick yourself up.
with her one arm. She'll lunge at the remaining rat.
That's solid.
That yes. Now you see Celeste having to literally wield that mop with one hand as the other one hangs limply.
We're not getting no Cardi B up in here. No WAP for you.
It's like, oh, okay.
Celeste, you get your sweet, sweet revenge on this rat, however, as you come back with a furious vengeance and crack it right across the head. That appears to be the end of the rats.
We all sit down and go, ow, ow, ow,
Yeah,
ow.
we all just slumped down. That was
silent.
rough.
My pride has taken many hits this round. I would like to tend to my wound soon.
Perhaps we ought to, yes, take a moment to reconnoiter and address ourselves before continuing onward.
You
Uh,
insist.
Celeste is just standing in place and shivering and shaking and like traumatized.
Balravin actually prepared for this. He will walk up to Celeste.
Give the opposite
Oh,
of
dear
vicious
girl.
mockery.
No, he'll walk up to, oh dear girl, don't worry, I know this was a highly stressful situation. Here you go. He'll pull a flask out of his pocket.
Oh my gosh, he's an enabler.
Oh no!
This will
You're
make the
an
pain
alcoholic.
go
at this
away.
point.
Calm your nerves, dear.
She'll take a nip and just say, oh, Val Robin, I don't know. I feel like I literally died. Did I actually die? Did you bring me back from the dead? I just thank you so much. I'm so sorry for the mess I left back there. I have to go clean it now. And she's gonna start running back into this hallway
What did we
downstairs.
learn?
Because she has to clean.
Yeah, Balravin will pull her back and do the same trick he did before, where he's just sort of casting prestidigitation in the general area of where she's at. We're all right, girl, my dear girl. We're going to rest a bit, and I suppose technically you died for a moment, but you rest assured, as long as I am by your side, you will never stay that way for long.
Oh, thank you. I feel so much better. And now I'm never gonna fight again. And I'm just gonna have to I have to go home. I'm gonna have to go home.
Yes, dear. We'll take you home right after the rat cave.
Please do not go home. We need your swarthy fists for reckoning against the rats.
You mean fist?
It's fist for now.
My
Valrav,
apologies. Yes, that was very rude of me.
Valravin and Celeste, you can both have inspiration for that little moment. That was very nice. Within this room, obviously there's tons of rat bodies, but you notice what they were initially there for. They were swarming around what now you can see is the dead body of a kobold on the floor.
Our job is done for us.
That's right.
Which, if you all want, you can short rest here as well, if that's what you're asking me. Which,
Yes.
if you would like to do that, so tell me, if you click on your token, do you see the short rest
I do.
button pop up?
I don't.
So what it does is basically it's not gonna roll your hit
on the
dice.
top.
I see.
It's not gonna roll your hit dice for you, but it will regain. So for Celeste, it'll automatically give her the key points back. And if you had any short rest stuff, it'll automatically refill them. The funny thing is, it will look at your hit points and say you should probably roll some hit dice.
Consider rethinking your life choices.
Oh no, you're in bad shape, sir. You need to heal up immediately.
Consider using Song of Rest. All right.
There you go.
Yeah. I was about to ask, do you have a Song of Rest thing going?
Fancy.
Mhm.
Yeah. He has a fable he will tell about something about rats in caves. There must be some.
D6.
6.
I think Edmund's the
whoops.
only one that didn't get touched in that fight.
What? Oh, he rolled.
Okay, I'm down
straight
1 hit point.
seven.
It still wants me to use a hit dice.
Yeah.
Consider using. I know. When would you not? I guess you had to be at full health.
Yes.
I only got 2, so I guess it's if you think you're gonna take another short rest at some point and get more value out of it.
Yeah.
Lord, it's a hell of a hit die.
Yeah, fucking barbarians are D12s over here. All
I'm
their
good. Fully
points.
healed.
Wow. Yeah, you'll spend an hour in this room of dead rat bodies. But no dangers. You don't hear any, voices or anything like that. It seems pretty quiet from this particular area.
I suggest we proceed onward, examining for traps.
Indeed.
I do have danger sense.
That makes you the perfect person to be right out front.
You sense danger everywhere. If you want, you all can inspect that body as well.
Oh yeah, the kobold.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Oops.
I'm gonna pick up my little pebble.
Oh shoot, yeah.
I'll kick the bodies off of it, pick up my little pebble.
Okay, that's Edmund's thing that.
Do we need to investigate the body, or what do we roll?
You could do a medicine check. Determine cause of death
even
and
better.
stuff.
Perfect. I'll go back to my hole.
He says he's dead, Jim.
Now I
We're all just poking and prodding at this thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're all just.
Celeste, you may have perhaps watched the monks at your monastery perform some medical services. Maybe when you were cleaning and you were really paying attention, and so you're able to actually examine this body pretty well. Obviously, it is a kobold. It is dead. You notice that it's missing an arm. Its arm has apparently been violently ripped off.
That's
Didn't do it.
You notice that it has what look like, to you, rope burns around its body. And you also notice that its head has been just violently, ripped into or torn into. And there's just chunks of brain and skull missing.
So we're about to watch Celeste pass out.
Basically,
Yeah.
everything that you see tells you that a rat probably did not do this.
I don't know what did this, but it looks really bad, and I really think we should turn around.
The fun is just beginning. Let's go.
You're safe with us, my dear.
This my arm begs to differ.
Good point.
So we'll get that fixed.
I used my little trinket I got at the beginning, a ripped cloth sail with a symbol on it, and turn it into a sling.
Oh, for Celeste?
Yes.
Aww.
Yeah, your arm
That's
looks
nice.
disgusting. Put this in.
That's... All right, fine. You
all
can earn inspiration for that. That's cute.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
Hopefully that symbol doesn't mean anything, but whatever.
Yeah, you'll walk into town and somebody will point that. Kill her! She's
Yeah.
got the sail. That's our symbol.
All right, let's continue on.
Yeah, Frey, you can move forward. I would say you also are the prime candidate to go in front because you also still have inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do trigger a trap, you might be able to dodge it better.
Who knows?
Who knows?
How long does Bardic Inspiration last?
Sounds like someone's
10
mad at
minutes.
us.
You guys just short rested, remember?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
That's
Never
You
fine.
should
That's
run
fine.
real
Never
fast.
mind.
My danger sense gives me advantage on dexterity saving throws against
Okay.
effects and traps and spells and all that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh.
You stay in the back.
when you go through this tunnel, you can see the trap that Celeste had triggered was a pretty crude wire that was hooked up to a little beam, and that beam kind of gave way and just threw a bunch of rocks down in this area, which you all could.
That's right in this
around.
beginning part of
right
this
in the
tunnel?
middle of this tight hallway. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Just scramble over all the rocks.
Yep. Yeah, the disadvantage of putting Frey in front is that she only sees 10 feet in front of her. Not the dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
When you round the corner, Frey, you see wooden planks and struts forming a walkway along the wall of a seemingly bottomless vertical shaft. Just, you can feel like kind of feeling when you enter a larger cave and kind of feel the air moving around more.
Okay. She probably doesn't like that because she likes being on terra firma. So if any of y'all you'll see her tense as she takes a tentative step onto the crosswalk area.
Okay.
And then she'll give it a little jump to make sure it holds.
Okay.
But again, remember, she is small.
You're small. Yeah, nothing happens when you take a step onto the walkway. But again, you can't see beyond. It's just this right here. It just plunges into darkness. You do hear the sound of running water.
Okay.
Blow down there.
You can give me a perception check if you're trying to figure it out, because it's kind of.
I'm not up there, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll try a perception check.
Okay.
You can only see 10 feet.
Yeah,
This is
but I can
hearing.
hear
This
running
is about
water.
hearing.
Yeah.
Oh, hearing.
That's what I was trying to describe. Yeah, you can't see beyond 10 feet. Yeah.
There's water.
There's running
Yeah.
water somewhere. Yeah.
All right, so she'll just keep going along the little path
I like
here.
to check how sturdy this platform is as Frey's jumping on it.
Sure. Yeah. Give me a. You can either
You add your own weight, but like very carefully.
Pokes at it.
Yeah. You give
So
me
if it falls, it'll just be her.
Give me a perception or investigation check, Edmund. Frey, you take another step, and it appears to be fine for you.
Okay.
16.
Okay. From your vantage point, everything looks to be pretty solid.
Step on behind Frey.
Okay. I would say that gives you like a Q&A of like the first half from basically where you were.
Pretty big cavern.
Yeah, so some of you with dark
Rat
vision
size.
are now entering this area. So Thimbleweed, what you can see with your dark vision is you see that this chasm isn't quite as long across. Maybe, what is that, 5, 10, 15 to 20 feet width. And at the other end of, pretty much the opposite end of where you came in, you see another tiny, smaller cave opening with just water rushing out, down, plunging into the depths. And the only other thing you see is that this walkway kind of curls around this south end.
There seems to be a lot of wasted potential here with this waterfall and no water wheel.
I think if we put our heads together, we could create one right here. Using parts of these platforms, bones from the rats.
Excellent idea, but what would we power?
Do you want to make a water wheel? I don't know.
Think that far ahead.
I mean, I'm sure we could install lights throughout this whole cavern, brighten it up a little bit.
Adding a nice sconce, perhaps?
Yeah, powered by water.
This shall be our home.
Already decorating.
Further.
I wouldn't go that far.
It's rat free. Frey, the
Rat-free
walkway
for
is
2 days.
still holding beneath your feet.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay.
Ooh,
You
now
see
she's happy.
the walkway. The wooden walkway finally ends at a cave opening to your southeast.
Mm-hmm. Going in.
Okay.
How, and how stable is this walkway looking with everyone on it?
Yeah. If
Don't
somebody,
step on it.
well, Edmund did a check from the beginning, and it looked pretty good from there. So if you want to give me another one, Edmund, for the second half of the walkway, basically, you saw Frey go across fine, but she's also very small.
I mean, just like checking overall as the rest of us are standing on it.
Right, you're just kind of checking the structural integrity of everything. Kind of. Are you even trying to look around at the bottom and make sure, because that's kind of where the supports are?
Yeah, just checking how secure the boards are stuck together and how it sways and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have to get pretty close because of your limited sight. But when you make this roll and you look over, you see about 10 feet in front of you that the beams have been, with that roll, you see they've been cut. And looks like they might not hold up to a bigger person's weight. Specifically,
my vision's limited.
In this, the not the square in front of you, but the one in front of that.
Okay. Like somewhere here.
Yes, that's where you
big
when you
boost.
look.
Okay.
Yeah, when you look around, you see just barely at the edge of your kind of sight radius with your magic stone. You see it looks like somebody has actually worked and cut the support beams right there, and it looks like that this area might give way if it had more weight on it.
Take 5 feet, more feet, and be okay still.
Yes, you're okay right there.
Now that I can see a little further, can I tell is it jumpable? Could I just jump over and the other side looks okay?
Yes.
Okay. He says, "Oh, clever, another trap." He looks back at the guys behind me. See right here? Is it?
No.
Um,
I
I'm not
track
gonna-
animals, not traps.
Yeah, at one point you see Edmund just holding his head around the edge, looking and inspecting.
All right, fine. He's just gonna smash the broken part intentionally.
Wait a second. I could have walked across that.
I don't know if you'd be able to read, because it's like the beams kind of underneath
underneath?
Yeah.
Got you.
I mean, if you tried to do some kind of thing, you could probably try and intentionally collapse it if you wanted to, but it wouldn't be something you could just reach over and grab.
Yeah, what if I stomped? I'm gonna jump across firstly.
Okay.
And then can I stomp on the piece above to make it collapse?
You think you could be very obviously put most of your not jump onto it, but just try to put a foot onto it to try to make it break.
Why are you trying to do this? I can walk across first.
I can show you where the broken beam is.
I don't care. I'm light.
It's
There are
confirmation.
people behind you that need to
Let
know.
the two people behind me worry about this.
I'm light.
Look, the rest is stable. I am sure of it from my scientific perspective. And he just smashes on the broken part.
Okay. Yeah, you do that, and sure enough, because you were able to kind of see and do a lot of inspection work, you're pretty careful about staying out of the way. But yeah, I put a little red square there where now this walkway kind of splinters apart. It cracks for a second. It takes a couple stomps, stomp, 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 because you're not putting your whole weight on there. And it finally starts cracking, splintering, and then eventually, all of a sudden, you almost have to jerk yourself back because the whole thing just gives way, just disintegrates. And that just becomes a little hole right there. Now, you see nothing because you can't see that far. It just appears to fall into darkness.
Look, this hole was a trap. Don't fall in. And he proceeds to
welcome.
follow Frey.
And Frey, around the corner, what you see, assuming you can see that far, just about. You see what looks like a wooden pulley system has been constructed around a large hole in the floor. A bucket big enough to hold a humanoid is held up by a thick rope. 3 alcoves next to the lift contain wooden boards and mining equipment.
Elevator. All right. She'll literally go in here. Again, tentatively.
Okay. Yep, you see a bucket that looks like it could, it's big enough to hold a medium-sized person. And you see that there's a pulley to the side, but also just on the bucket itself.
Does it look like it goes up or down?
It looks like it goes down. Thank you. Insta
Put a hole
hole.
there.
Put a hole there.
Okay. So
It's just like, God damn
it. if she sees it, she'll turn. Where are the others?
Back here, my dear girl.
Hurry up!
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll just come to you then.
There seems to be a hole in our path.
I believe a 5-foot hole. We can all just hop across it, right? I don't think
Oh,
that's-
look at you, Mr. Tall Person. Jumping across your 5-foot path with no problem.
It's just like the tall ones to forget.
how far you can jump. How
I
far
don't
can
know. Probably 5 feet.
No.
Alright. I guess I'll jump across.
I do, I curse Edmund.
Same thing. I'll just sort of try to daintily just hop across this hole.
Daintily hop.
Daintily. It's not, yeah.
Francis across.
Yeah,
It's
it's
super
definitely
weird.
dainty.
It makes everybody uncomfortable.
That's right.
Mainly because there's no way to dainty jump 5 feet across a chasm. It's just...
Yeah.
You can like point your foot forward, your toes forward as you do it.
If you do it like a
Yeah.
trained, like a ballet dancer, then yeah, you probably could do a
Yeah.
pretty cool, like, jump. I don't think
I mean,
Valravn probably
I-
jumps like that.
It's more like you're doing it with your arms when you jump.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Valravn probably was classically trained as a ballet dancer
Yeah,
with.
he's probably did some dancing. He
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
did
Just
some
rips
back-
off his pants or his
back
tights underneath.
His like leg muscles just bulge.
His pants are so tight.
Celeste will also jump across, but it's much less graceful as she only has one good arm to
Oh.
balance with.
Yes, thankfully this is a 5 feet is actually trivial for a D&D adventurer, so none of you have to worry about that. Those of you, is anybody looking down the hole at all? Or are we just
No.
jumping
I
across?
mean,
Okay.
I feel like I would have whenever I hopped over at least. Like
Nah.
just
No.
With your dark vision, you did notice another walkway, some distance beneath you.
oh, okay, some distance within 60 feet at least.
Within 60 feet, yes.
Okay,
It was difficult to tell. It didn't
Okay.
look like a one you wanted to fall down into, but you did notice there was at least what looked like a similar kind of walkway down there.
gotcha. All right, I'll pass it. I'll tell everybody what I saw.
If we want to investigate, I have a way to get down there safely.
We're going to an elevator right now. Is that what's happening? I wasn't. Varlam's not too clear on what's happening. He's just following the train.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Valravn should go down that thing he saw and leave us
Maybe he
all
should go
alone.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
volunteered to go first. Yes, I am quite happy at my place in the middle.
He chose to learn more about things than the rest of the party. He can go jump off the cliff himself.
I mean, it is only fair to make up for assuming that we could jump 5 feet.
Yeah. Knowledge will only kill this party.
He was act in sheer endurance.
All right, so yeah, Frey has found a bucket over a hole.
She's gonna
How
hold
big-
the door open for Valravn.
How big is the bucket and how big is the hole?
I was
size.
hoping you would ask me that. The bucket is large enough to fit
One bucket, one ball robin.
This is... the bucket is
Sized bucket.
yeah, the bucket is big enough to hold a medium-sized person. And the hole is big enough to accommodate the bucket.
You know what I'm saying?
So, in theory, could Frey and Nimbleweed fit in the bucket at the same time?
It's something you could test, but you do
The
think
two
that
of us do make one
If-
medium-sized person.
exactly. If you stacked on top of each other, you would be a medium-sized person. So yes,
But also,
in theory.
does it
Only if
look-
you have a trench coat around you, though.
We did trench coats.
Mm-hmm.
The bucket. You
Yeah.
turn the bucket. It says "No shorties" written on it, just in a very rude, discriminatory way.
Ray and Dimble, we need to combine to become like Mr. Adult Man. That's just walking down.
I
the
am
street.
who, man.
Can I get a rock and drop it down the hole and see how long it takes to fall?
Sure.
I'm gonna look for the biggest rock that fits through the hole.
Okay. You find, yeah, there's rocks everywhere. You cannot see down there with your 10-foot vision, but you drop the rock, and almost as soon as it leaves your vision, you hear it hit the bottom.
It's
Not that far.
far.
Okay, is this a whisper thing you sent me? Because I just saw it.
What are you talking about? You are the worst secret person, by the way.
I'm sorry. I just realized I was there.
What is this secret note you passed me? Should I read it to the crew?
Be clear.
What does this kill the party mean?
You are the betrayer? I don't understand.
Celeste is sus. Celeste is sus.
Yeah, vote her out.
It's not a very far drop. Why don't we just rappel down with the bucket?
If we are confident that we are about to finally meet the kobolds who encroached upon this mine, then I perhaps think I would perhaps be the person to be sent down, but I will leave that to the party to decide. I'm unclear if there are more traps.
BF goes first.
Body surf
She'll just-
him forward.
Yeah. she'll just stare at you menacingly. Like she dares you to defy what she said.
No, I'm not going to defy Frey. She's scary. He will scoot past everybody to come forward, and
She is still covered in blood, by the way, from the
Okay.
rats.
Would she mind if, as he passed by, he prestidigitated some blood off of you, or does she like the aesthetic?
Do you ask
I mean-
permission first before doing it?
Yes. He doesn't want her anger. This
Yeah.
little woman.
Sorry.
You've got a little. I don't know if I should do this.
Yes. But he will get inside the bucket. Yeah. He's very wary of, like, looking inside the bucket, looking down the hole as well, because he can see that there, to see if there are more traps anywhere around.
Sure. Have your head on a swivel.
Figure since I'm the strongest, I have to use the pulley system to lower him down. I mean, Celeste only has one arm, so
Just let go for a little bit, then grab on. Let go for a
Yeah.
little bit, and grab on.
I mean, you would know that these miners that operate this thing are not hardened adventurers. You don't think it would take
Children, if you will.
If you guys are following the code, which is one person per bucket, which the bucket labels occupancy 1, or you can clearly see, you don't think it would be any kind of like check or something to do that.
okay. She'll just look at Valravan as he goes and tries to like not shut the door and go down first. Say, enjoy your ride, and she'll just let go. So he goes, "Woo!"
Ah!
Valravn. Never see him again.
Roll 66
Lost.
plummeting damage.
Yeah, lost to the mines.
Lost to the mines. The mines has him now. You lower him down, and sure, he disappears from your view.
That's not hard.
Yeah, but you can't see that far anyway. Valravn, when you go down, you can kind of feel you go down, a solid 10, and then about maybe 15 feet before you hit bottom. Then you hit that bottom. And you end up, so I'm gonna fortunately drag the rest of you over here, but this is on the same map, is level 2. Presumably what we think is level 2. The mechanism creaks as the bucket lift descends to the floor of a small cave where 2 dusty tunnels lead in opposite directions. On the ground, you spot a conspicuous blood trail.
Oh dear. Valravn will step out of the bucket and whisper talk up. He's got to project a little bit. I'm out of the bucket here. You can raise it up and start all coming down. There's, I believe, danger afoot.
Celeste will try, or Frey's gonna try to make some like animal type noises just to try to freak him out. Like some like
Oh
guttural.
no, they're all dead. I must continue on alone.
Celeste is gonna go, oh! That's it.
Your head okay?
Yes, I perfectly fine. I'm just it's the oh, what's I
Come on, you can go next.
It's the bucket for you.
People with headaches. You can't go in the bucket.
So, Frey, you can pull the bucket up pretty easily. Again, seems like it's a pretty quick little ride.
Yeah.
And so that comes up. Meanwhile, Valravn, you see this blood trail continues to the south and then towards the west.
Oh, the blood trail's going that way. I thought the blood trail was going to the north. Okay.
Give me a survival. You see blood. I'm telling you where you see
Okay.
the blood, but you can give me a survival check.
Gotcha. He's not very good at that. 10.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. There's a lot of blood in both directions, basically, but you're seeing blood
The line
continue.
is going sort of north to south here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I want to pull out my forensics class so bad on that. All right, which way are the blood drops and the thin parts going, so that way you know which way
Yeah.
the.
All right, so the bucket has made it to the top. Go ahead.
He'll continue to forge himself very slowly, like looking around for traps.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you continue.
Yeah.
Okay, you're able to do a pretty clean sweep of this area, and you see none of the traps that you've seen before, and you're even trying to look out for any other kind of traps that would be in here, and you're not seeing anything down here. The bucket has made it to the top. Does anybody else want to go down?
Frey would try to put Celeste in the bucket to tell her, go down and protect the idiot.
Doesn't look so good, and not that I don't trust in your strength, but it's just in case you need some help lowering this big one.
Celeste will stumble forward and get in the bucket.
Yeah.
Lower her down.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off your token for a second so I can magically transport you to second level. The bucket comes down. And Celeste, you find yourself, again, lowered what seems to be about 15 feet down into darkness. But with your dark vision, you're able to see decently fine. It's still, dark, but you can see. You see Valravn to your south, and you see that blood, that bits of blood and the trail kind of running down these two tunnels.
Strong is your urge to clean the blood.
I
Yeah.
think her fear and sort of like comfort by Valravn after having saved her life is gonna win over the need to clean. So she's gonna stick with him.
Character
He
development.
did try to get you tipsy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my enabler.
That's right.
He's your dealer.
Gotta keep him alive.
Yeah, he is probably like somebody who's just been drinking his whole life. So to him, it's like no big deal. Didn't even recognize it's going to be a problem for you.
As soon as I feel her weight out, we just keep going one by one down there until we're all down there.
Okay. If Valravn or Celeste, if you guys want to go in any direction while they're doing that, then do let me know.
We'll sort of motion to Celeste and continue down this path. Very, wary.
Okay.
Just kind of looking around.
Yeah. Celeste,
Hey,
if you want to
wait.
give me a survival check to try to, if you're looking at this blood and trying to figure out
Yeah. that's what I was
directions
about
and
to
stuff.
Be like, did you see all that blood back there? What do you think it was?
I have no idea, dear.
Do you think we should go clean it up real quick? Just real quick.
Maybe as we go, you could clean it up a bit.
Oh, okay. That would be great. That would be great.
Celeste, while you're looking at this blood, you are able to pretty much confirm that whatever caused it seems to have been moving in the direction you are all moving in.
Could be danger, but it could be someone who needs our help.
I guess that's a good point. You go first.
Veronica's looking at this room that we're about to step
Okay,
into.
yeah, you see tables and chairs set up in this area, maybe like a break room for the miners. I need to step in a little bit more into the room, though.
Oh, okay.
All right, at the same time, you round a corner. The others are basically coming down the bucket, because it kind of takes you all... I'm going to go ahead and put you all here, but it's going to take you all a hot second to kind of make it down. But now you're all kind of up in that area, and you see the same blood trail. But yeah, you round a corner, and you see on top of one of the tables is a kobold. What appears to be a living kobold, however, matted with blood, and you can see her breath is just coming in rasps. And her eyes go wide, kind of flutters open as you step up, and she frantically fumbles with a knife at her belt. Says, "Back! Stay back!"
Robin will immediately show his hands. Calm, dear. Robin, I don't know too much about kobold anatomy. Can you tell it's a woman? A female kobold? You said she.
I described her as that, but it's up to you whether Robin cares or attempts to find that out.
He would attempt to correctly gender the person he's talking to. Calm, dear. We are, and emotions behind him, we are friendlies. We mean you no harm. What manner of danger did this to you?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage, since you are making the, surrender motion and all that.
Okay. Oh, no. Can I use my advantage or inspiration there?
Mhm.
Yes,
I feel like this.
sure can.
Robin should not do badly at this check. There we go.
There's been some good use of inspiration tonight, by the way. My goodness. You see her immediately calm down when her words kind of wash over you, and she stops fumbling at the belt, fumbling at her dagger at the belt, and just kind of almost leans back on the table and just kind of continues that. And it's a bad, kind of wet breathing she's doing. It's not healthy.
Okay. Robin will slowly approach her and motion Celeste forward. He says, me and my friend are going to come a little bit closer, dear. We're going to take a look at your wounds. We have other friends farther along who might be able to help you a little bit better than we can, but they will be along shortly.
She does not put up a fight for that.
Yeah, because while Robin looks at her wounds, and
Yeah, give me medicine check.
Yeah. I don't know much about medicine.
And Celeste, you as well.
That's better.
Yeah, you're a little bit lost on kobold anatomy for you. Celeste, funny enough, because you examined the kobold body, so you're able to actually pick up on a few things. And you see the similar strange, like, rope burns on her body, specifically, like, on her back. Almost like the kind of wounds you would get from, like, being whipped. And obviously hers are pretty fresh looking.
Okay.
And she looks on the brink of death.
Well, Robin, can you do something? Can you maybe cast something to help her?
Might speak some words, dear, but I am running out of narrative juice, as it were. This story must come to an end quickly if I am using all of my narrative inspiration, but if it is required, do you think it's required?
He's asking you if her life is worth it.
Well, I mean,
Now you could be his moral compass.
I mean, well, I just think, at the monastery, we were taught that life is a life, except rats. They don't count. They should be bashed. We learned that at the monastery as well.
It's
But
on it's on the wall. Life is precious, except for rats. They bash them good.
But I think if we want to be on the side of good, we have to help this lady.
Fair point, dear. Yes, there's no better way to get on the good side of those you are coming to diplomize with than to aid one of their own, yes. Well, this kobold, and he pulls open his book again. Though the kobold seemed on the verge of death, the kind monk's fine, sweet words and ministrations seemed to ease her suffering. And she revived somewhat. Wow, I'm rolling good healing words.
Yeah.
And the kobold gets 8 HP.
That kobold looks very much fresh as a daisy now. As your wounds magically heal. Oops.
No spell slots left.
It'll be fine.
Do you guys both have it? Because I'm gonna give you inspiration again if you used it.
I just used it, so
yeah, you can have inspiration.
I still had mine.
All right. So Robin, you can have another point of inspiration then for mainly for healing this downed kobold, but also Celeste would get one for convincing you to heal the downed kobold.
Can I ask, what happened to you? What are those marks? What did this to you?
She sits up and kind of looks over her body and just is in wonder for a second. And obviously she saw that you were, casting that spell and talking. And she kind of nods and seems to kind of pull herself together for a moment. And she says, Grek and Small. And she indicates herself when she says Small. We search caves for missing kobolds. The ones who set traps to keep miners out. They never came back. Small, we split up. Small find dead end. Return to find Grek. No Grek. Small search cave. And she points to kind of the direction you came from. Find blood. Hear sound. And she grows increasingly upset. Then piece of crack drop down. Nearly hit Small. I look up and see monster. Small run very fast, but feel ropes sting back hurt so much. Couldn't run. Got tired. But feel better now. At this point, the three of you have come down the bucket lift after all your different back and forths and can hear voices now coming from the south and west. You see that same blood trail.
Putting up there. What have those two gotten into?
It's finally something to track. The trail ends. Mystery.
Yeah, you see the blood seems to stop tracking in here. In this room, you see
Careful. We do not know what's ahead.
Edmund, a hole in the west side of this chamber opens into the central shaft, which you can feel that air and you can hear that waterfall of that giant chasm. The floor in the north end of this cave is 5 feet higher than in the south end, with a rocky ridge separating them and a slope on either side leading to the top of the ridge. The walls above the ridge gleam with gem deposits. This is like a similar to that one room you found near the entrance, where it's kind of cut into the rock, which you can tell that miners have been working here.
Are the voices decreasing? I think I went the wrong way.
Yes, the voices are decreasing as you go up this way.
Um,
You notice
I meant to go the other way.
yeah, it's a larger room too.
What else should we investigate here, or head towards the other guys?
I thought you wanted to get away from the voices also. I do not care for the company of other people. I thought you and I were one of a kind. I was mistaken.
Oh no. I headed this way. I continue going this way. Let's go.
I go into the
Nobody is
chasm.
screaming. Nobody is screaming. They're fine.
True, those two are quite the screamers.
I wonder where our friends are.
Never
Do the
rejoined.
gems come out? Do the gems come out of the wall easily?
No, you'd imagine you'd have to take a pickaxe and be at it for like an hour or something to be able to try and get something out.
I will never help anyone who is not screaming.
Right. So there's nothing up here.
You keep searching around and you just see kind of an empty room. It looks like this was a room that the miners had been working into.
What is this over here? Oh, it's the pit.
Yeah, so you see, it opens up into that vast yawning chasm, and you can hear that running water a lot closer here. But with your vision, you can't really see, anywhere else but just the gaping chasm in front of you.
She turned to Evan and asked, "Do you have any more of these?" And she'll just hold up the little glowing stone.
I do. He picks up another stone and tinkers it and lights it up. Here you go.
So she'll take one and she'll chuck it into the cavern to see if we can see anything.
Okay. You just kind of in the middle of the... Are you in the chasm or in this room?
The chasm.
Okay. You throw it into the...
She wants to just light it up as it goes down, so that way she can...
Yeah, how does that work? Does it have to be close to you, Edmund, or does it just on for a certain amount of time?
No, it's on indefinitely until I touch it and discontinue it, or until I exceed my max, which is 4.
Okay.
So if I start tinkering more objects, the old ones just lose their properties.
You see a fascinating spectacle as this lit up magic stone falls and falls and falls until it is just a speck of light falling and falling and falling, and you do not see a bottom to this shaft.
Let's not go that way.
I feel like in times like these, I miss Valravn. We could have shoved him down the shaft and have him narrate the entire fall.
You're not wrong.
I'm sure we could go grab him and convince him.
Let's go find him now.
All right.
You left the three murderous people together. I'm just gonna point that out.
Made a plan to grab you and throw you into the chasm.
Let's go find our friend.
Friends.
Oh, Valravn.
Something for you to see.
If we choose to go that route, I do have a way to get us down safely. So
Excellent. I am glad you're with us.
So the rest of you see this room that looks kind of like a little break room with some tables and chairs set up, and all that blood kind of leads here up to the table. And this kobold is now looking very fine, but she suddenly grows very nervous as the rest of you pile into this room, and she kind of like shrinks down a little bit.
A kobold that has not been taken care of by our companions.
Ray
Hey,
would hiss,
friends!
Ray would hiss just a little bit, like, come on.
Even more of a reason to cast this man down the gaping chasm.
What now?
he means the
Tell us-
chasm with a blind with the end to it.
The chasm with an
Um,
end to it.
Tell us about this kobold, friend.
This is our friend. She's a kobold. And what's your name? What's your name?
Small.
Small. This is our friend Small,
Small.
and Small. Small?
She nods happily.
Small! No, there's an accent over the U.
Yeah.
Small!
Different
Roll the
accent.
L.
Yeah.
Small!
This goes on for 20 minutes.
And she was attacked by a monster in this cave. And I think we need to treat her. We need to protect her because this monster could kill all of us. And she might have useful information.
Monster kill Greg.
Yes, monster killed Greg.
Tell us about that chasm back there.
It's don't think it has end.
We will soon find out.
Jesus. You guys just straight up plotting murder, huh?
Need to talk to Trex. Trex smart. Trex lead.
Rex, yes?
Who treks?
Trex lead.
Where treks?
She points north and then kind of makes a down motion.
Why did he let your companion Grex die?
She looks sad. Says, Kobold's not sure of danger down here. We thought all danger outside mine.
There's a chasm that has no end. How could you not think of any danger in here?
That chasm not try to kill us.
Monster came from the chasm.
Her eyes grow wide at that.
She's completely bullshitting. She doesn't know. She just said it because it sounded scary.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one way to find out the depth and the possibility of a monster coming from the chasm. On an unrelated note, Valravn, come here for a little bit.
I agree with Celeste, my friends. I believe we ought to, well, we have two options as I see it. We could follow our little friend here to her leader, this Trax, or we could attempt to avenge her fallen comrade and go after this creature. My dear, you can point us in the direction of the creature, yes?
Small saw it that way, where you come from.
Oh, perhaps they were correct. Perhaps it came from the chasm that you were looking at.
There's another path over there.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Let's
obviously
go.
you guys did not see any monster when you guys went up there. But your path did end at the chasm.
Hmm.
The chasm.
Yes. Indeed, we did not see any monster in the chasm, therefore I think you are lying about that. Let us go see your leader.
You know what we do to liars here? Into the chasm with you. Somebody yeet
No.
this kobold.
No trial.
Everyone just goes to look at the chasm. We're all looking at it. Somebody just grabs.
Drink the yeeting.
Nah, we're gonna totally Sparta this.
Right. Just kick.
You yeet, well, I Sparta.
Like I said, I have a way to get us down safely.
Perhaps we ought to speak to these kobolds before we go down any endless chasms.
Why are you so friendly to
Endless
kobolds all of a
chasm.
sudden?
That is what we are here to do, yes? Negotiate a diplomatic end to this conflict.
I must agree with our non-endless chasm-falling friend here. Let us go negotiate with these kobolds and become their leaders.
They will treat us as gods.
Then we had
As
plans
all
to
kobolds
spruce
do.
this place up.
As long as you have more spell slots to appease them. What's that? All out of spell slots?
Oh no.
To the chasm with you. Yes, she mentions that Trex leads, and then she pointed north. Kind of made a down motion.
Okay. Perhaps you will come forward and walk with us in the front, dear. And as we do so, might I explain our situation and how you may aid in our endeavor? And he's gonna sort of try to walk with her as we go meet with them, and the whole time try to talk her into like being on our side in this whole thing.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, she seems pretty willing to come with you, and seems enamored with both you and Celeste specifically. You have shown her heaps of kindness and healed her on the brink of death.
Frey keeps an eye on her for any like sudden movements. She'll be like right on top of her.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay. Do you all want to? Yeah. So she starts. So you're
Yeah,
walking
just-
with her.
Yeah, like just letting her lead us basically to where
Okay.
her kobold buddy is.
Okay. I can kind of montage you guys. So you basically follow down this winding path for probably 30 or 40 feet, and then you feel yourselves descending as you follow this path around the circle. Going to come there for a second. What is your order you're going in? Balravin and the Kobold are first.
Well, I would guess. Oh, she just walked away. Celeste probably be up there with her because she was also friendly with the kobold.
Okay.
I'll have the other two in the middle, and I'll be in the back.
Okay. More. Okay. You will follow around the tunnel, and then the narrow cave is still like a 5-foot width path. And then it opens up as you go down, descend, and it opens back up into the chasm. And suddenly you are stepping out onto another wooden walkway. And right next to you, you hear the very loud rushing water sound, and you can see a waterfall falling down from right next to you. The downward slope ends when it opens into the giant chasm. The wooden walkway extends from this opening and then appears to run westward to another tunnel in the rock. And then in front of you, you see Valravn, you and Celeste can see this being at the front, and with your dark vision, you see a rope, a taut rope going across the chasm to another walkway on the other side, and attached to that rope is a bucket that looks like a similar design, like for somebody to go in and be able to move across. And with your dark vision, you can look up and see a pretty good way up on to the north, I guess I'm saying. The walkway with like the splintered, broken shards way above that.
Oh, this is where we went. Okay.
Yeah, so you've come.
This is how we came to the elevator.
Yeah. You all find yourselves here. And she basically gestures you all kind of gingerly down the walkway, and she motions that, you know, she appears to go forward without any kind of hesitation, so.
Valravn, catching glimpses of figures ahead, whispers to Small, my dear, perhaps you might, I'm not sure what the word is, announce us, or go ahead a bit and introduce us as your friends, yes? It might do some good to ease some whatever initial tensions there might be.
Okay. Yeah, as she kind of rounds the corner and appears, she kind of says, Thrax! Small, live! Small, meet friends. Friends, maybe help kobolds. And you hear a voice speak out that sounds like a kobold, but speaks not in like a broken dialect. Says, Small, what's going on? Come in here. See the kobolds kind of move in. And yeah, the rest of you see the gaping chasm. You see the waterfall rushing. And you see a rope with a bucket going across the chasm.
Boy, you have to move forward. You're in my way.
My apologies.
Thank you. Oh, another one of these platforms.
Yes, the poll is currently up, so folks, please vote in our MVPC poll.
I'm essentially just waiting to hear her like describe us as the good Samaritans that we are.
Yeah, sorry. She was basically starting to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
She said that she had made some friends. She says, like, where's Greg? No, Greg. Monster kill Greg. Almost kill Small. But new friends save Small. And you hear the voice say, come out. Let me see you.
Hello, friends. I am Valravn Gwenetaine Lanria, At your service.
Very
My
nice.
friends are right behind me. My dear Celeste, the one who saved your dear Small there.
Celeste is at this point doubles over in pain again and just goes, ah.
Good girl.
At the same time, Celeste, when you come around the corner and you feel that, you see this kobold, which we have a picture of. It appears to be larger than other kobolds, and appears to be having what looks originally like he's got wings, but then you see he's got kind of like makeshift wings made out of like twigs and like cloth.
Ooh.
He also clutches his head and kind of goes, "Ugh!" And then he, with one motion, he kind of does like a protective, like moving of Small to the side. Says, "Oh, hold on!" And he kind of puts his hand to his head and reaches out with his other hand. And Valravn and Celeste, you feel a psychic force come at you. I need you to give me intelligence saving throws. Celeste, you have advantage on this save.
Intelligence saving throws. That's an
Indeed.
odd one.
Never been so happy to be in the back of a line ever.
Yeah. Both of you are able to kind of shake your heads from the effects of that, and you see that he kind of stumbles backwards, and he says, I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. It's...
Robin repels it back and it hits him.
Yeah.
So is his Trex like right in front of Valravn?
Yeah, I kind of moved Small to the side, so yeah, you can see this kind of kobold, this larger kobold. He's got these weird like wings that he seems to have been like just made, and he is speaking in a way more intelligent manner than the other kobold that you just spoke to.
I have to ask, what's on the other side of this chasm?
His eyes go wide, and he says, "Don't know. I don't want to go over there, but it keeps wanting me to."
There, how would we get over there to the other side?
You can see, and he kind of nods to the rope, and you see this rope that goes across. There is a bucket like hanging underneath that looks like a person could fit in that bucket and then kind of go across the chasm.
Yes, I have to go to the other side.
He nods and says, I understand. The rest of you are very confused about this conversation.
Just looking back and forth, like, what?
Yeah.
It's the tennis match. Hmm?
Yeah.
So she's gonna back up and start trying to get herself into the bucket.
Okay. The rest of you see Celeste with a single-minded force just climb into this bucket.
Why is she getting into the bucket?
I don't know. Something having to do with the other kobolds. Seems to have experienced something.
There is a crank mounted on each platform to where you could pull somebody across that way, or the person in the bucket could presumably just go across themselves.
I have one good arm, so I would appreciate it if someone could help me out here.
First, you tell me why you go across.
I don't know. I have to go across. Do you want to come with me? You want to come with me, right?
Okay.
One medium-sized person. It would be kind of real dangerous, but you could. Frey's small, but
I'm small.
yeah.
We go one at a time, though, if we all wanted to go, though. Right?
I mean, I could sit on
Okay.
her shoulders. We'd still be medium.
Extra medium.
Yeah.
Medium plus.
But what if she's sort of like, can she kind of? No, never mind.
I'm sitting on her shoulders and I'm pulling her across.
I will allow. Yeah, Frey is. She's mentioned that she's
Yeah.
very, very tiny, so that
I'm small.
Yeah, you're small.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna sit on her shoulders and I'll be like, just hold on. And she'll just do her arms.
Okay.
Move us across.
The two of you move across this chasm, and for a brief moment, it is scary as hell. Especially for you, Frey, 'cause at one point you like lose sight of everything except just darkness above you and below you as far as you can see. And just the sound
If
of
that
rushing
happens,
water.
she'll look down and be like, there is something over there, right?
Celeste,
Can I?
go ahead, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I see like what's on the other side?
You see, so I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys over there. As soon as you get across and you kind of get out and hop onto this walkway, Celeste, right in front of it, there's two caves in here. The one right in front of you, you see a fossilized skull that's partially jutting out of the wall of this small cave, probably about 5 feet off the ground. The skull has larger than normal eye sockets, a ridge between the eyes, nothing that would pass for a nose, and 4 small holes where you would expect teeth. And from inside these various holes in the skull, something glitters inside. And I think
When we
that...
get out of the bucket, Freya will yell back across, we are not dead!
I think that is where we're going to end our session tonight as well.
Okay, I have no idea what the fuck is going on, but okay.
We'll have a good chat. According to our MVPC poll, we have a tie fucking chat between, of course, Valravn and Celeste for the excellent duo role-playing they've done really throughout the stint so far in this adventure. So you both can roll on the MVPC awards.
All right. Two potions of healing. I'll take it.
Hey, pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Celeste finds it at the bottom of the bucket.
That's
Yeah,
right.
just
Look
fine.
at this.
Nobody left this here. Yeah, that's the equivalent of like, an RPG you just randomly find like good loot like in like a wood barrel or something.
That's
like, oh
right.
shit, there's
a pile of rags.
a pile of rags.
See, you make fun of me for breaking all the damn pots whenever we
There's-
play games
there's
and
good
stuff like
stuff in
that.
there.
There's reasons for that.
All right. Thank you to Chris, Heather, Rochelle, Raymond, and Reese for playing. Thank you to our wonderful fans for watching, and thank you to the awesome patrons. Shout out to Platinum patrons, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Manuel, Wizard Princess, Christopher, Star Loverly, Thomas, Ian, Captain Mike, Adam, Goblinworks, Aiden, Instant Lose, and Smaug. And gold patrons, RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Marcos did, Vicente, Gilberto, Dead Lizard, Lounge, Samarash, Lumpy Spuds, Jerome, Fatboy 619, Scully, Nick, Party McButterpants, Blood Angel, Veronis, The Fireworks Factory, Baboon, Sean, aka Cert2B, Nathan, and Fast Like a Tortoise. We are live streaming our D&D adventures every week. We will see you next time. Join us in a bit for Frostlight Chat as well.